In 2008, after I graduated, I decided to go back to the Congo because it has been at least 20 years since I left the village. When I arrived in the Congo, it was an hopeless village. No school, no education, no leisure. You just do the same thing, plowing, running out of food, and sending women to water. And that's a vicious circle that can never improve life in any country. I came in Vermont in 2010, staying with my host family, Russell and Nancy Pejui. And at that time, I was able to do an extensive network in this area. And that gave me a chance to be able to share my plan and my thought on how we can improve life in the Congo. The more I reach out the people in this community, the more people started to be interested in the project. And that's very good news, because with their support, we had a very good turnout at the big fundraising at the Prince and the Pauper in 2011 in April, and that helped to launch the first phase of the project. I am excited to go back to the Congo. I am ready because I have a community in Vermont who are ready to send me. So the momentum is on. So let's go and do it. Since April, we set up a soccer field in my village with 8 teams. This is the site where we are going to build the school in Bakwachileo. We are all excited. For the third component of the project, the agriculture, was that we plowed 9 acres before I left. This was the first time we used the land, and we planted beans, peanut, onions, and cassava. And this product is going to raise enough income to support the school. Launching phase 1 was so easy, and I was amazed. But we needed to complete all 3 phases. So I came back to the US because we needed extra fund and a resource so we can complete the second phase. I gave a report to the community. With your support again and your generosity, I was able to go back to the village in January 2012. You send me away. With your blessing and your prayers and your thought, I went to implement phase 2. And phase 2 was all about sustainable agriculture. We bought 10 cows. We were so happy to have the animal in Bakwachileo. No one has ever had a chance to have fresh milk in the village. During the food crisis, which is the shortage of food, many families, they have a problem. We lost 3 children in the village because of that. So we had to act. We were able to help malnourished children with a fresh milk. Our purpose is to improve life conditions. And just being able to help their family, it was a beautiful thing. When we purchased goats and a sheep and a guinea hen and a bird like a chicken, the work was okay, no problem. So I could have managed working in the farm and teaching. But when the cows arrived, the workload changed. They need water. One cow needs 20 to 40 liters per day of water. If you can do the math, it's at least between 200 and 400 liters of water needed for only the cows. And also we have the goats, 27, 11 sheep. So it's a lot of animal to give water. The river where we get water is, the name of the river, it's a Lunkonku. To get the water on a bicycle, it's a 1.5 hour biking. One way it's easy, coming back it's difficult. On walking, it's at least 3 hours if you have 20 liters on your head, especially women who does the work of water. At the project, everybody does, mostly men, because we have bicycles. When the bicycle broke, and then we are challenged to not only take the cows to the river, but also ask some other bicycle around if we can. Before the animal arrived, we were okay because we didn't need 200 liters per day. But when we have the cows, then we needed 200 liters per day. So that changed the dynamic. I love them. I love the animals so much. I miss them. And people in the village, they know when it's my turn to take care of the animal, I don't come home quickly, I don't go eat. So I will spend the time with my cows and playing with them. It's so nice. When I arrived in the Congo in January, I needed a place to stay far away from the village. It's 1 kilometer from the village. So for you to come up there, you have to walk for sometimes a little exercise. Or for us to go to the village, the same thing. But we are happy to be on that spot because we have the animals, they need the freedom to avoid also problem with the people in the village. So I built a little cabin called the guest house. It's fancy compared to most people in the village. And that's where visitors stays when we have them. Then I will find another spot where I stay in the little hut. When I arrived in the Congo in January, we planted corn only and harvest in May, June. We collected at least 2,000 kilos and stored them outside of the guest house. In August of 2012, we redo again 30 acres. At this time, we diversify crops: corn, beans, soybeans, peanut, and cassava. So right now, we are in the middle of harvesting the 30 acres. 30 acres, it's a lot in the village. So it's a lot of food, and it's good news for the village because food is available in the village. We were able to generate $5,800 through the work we are doing in the village. And that's one of the big goals. It's to be able to generate income on our own. You will see in the photo how my boys at the farm working hard, teaching them that we cannot make a mistake to keep asking people in the US in the next 5 years give us money. No, they know we have to work harder and generate revenue so we can support ourselves when we have a need. And the boys already understood, and the girls, they already understood this is our chance to take our hand on this project and prosper. We have a smart kid in a school in the village. They are very smart. It's only the opportunity were not there. So when we start educating them, they didn't want to leave the classroom. We are really confident that the next generation is going to be very strong. We will have engineers, we will have doctors from that village. Yes, phase 2 was the most challenging phase. We are harvesting a lot of food right now, and we don't have a storage. So we had to give our children a break from school so we can store the food in the classrooms until we find another solution. A lot of problem we had was related to water. And I'll give you an example of when we lost one cow by the river. Somehow she drank some water and then escaped and fell in the ditch. I took Kadogo, the bull that was his baby, to the river so he can say bye to his mother. Then we crossed the river, then I took him home. We lost 6 out of 13 newborn goats from November to December because their mother were unable to provide fresh milk or milk to their children. And that can be also related to water. Team Congo in Vermont raised some money to be able to help rent a rig to drill water in my village. And among those people came to help were Sherry Auk, Linda Talkington, and Ray Talkington. Ray is an expert and an owner of a water company. He has been drilling water well in New England and Vermont for 30 years. So he offers his expertise. And we drill 40 meters, around 105 feet, and we encounter a big rock, heavy, and we couldn't go far. And then the expert decided to stop there, and we tried 2 more spots, the same problem. It was so disappointed. You can see in the eyes of women and the men, all flat, like they're crying, but they're not crying. They are talking, but they're not talking. Why? Because the American did not find the water. They call me American because they know I was able to provide school, I was able to provide food, I was able to provide the soccer field, but I was unable to provide water. The water is there. What is needed is to change the equipment, but that equipment, to find it, is a little expensive compared to what we rented earlier. We are working on a different plan. A big plan is to get the fund through a big donors or a grant. With that, we should be able to rent a big rig in Mbujimai, around 70 kilometers from the village. We don't know when that will happen, but we expect by the end of this year, if everybody can work toward this goal and find a donor who can provide a big grant, we should be able to get the water.
All right.
The Team Congo in Woodstock open up their heart and send a lot of supply for the animal, the farm, the school.
We're sending clothes and soccer shoes. We have about 70 pair of cleats, and that's what they're looking forward to the most. They don't care about the BUV vehicle we're sending. They don't care about the solar panels. All they care about are cleats.
The container arrived in Kinshasa, so we don't have a fund, so they can release the supply to be sent to my village. And we are still hoping if we get the fund, we will get all our supplies to the village and the work will continue. Before I came back home in Vermont, we wanted to celebrate what we accomplished in 2012. We organized a tournament and everybody celebrated and prayed God of our ancestor to assist the project so we can be successful. On Valentine's Day, I am heading back to the village again to launch the phase 3. Phase 3 is all about making the finance solid, which means we have to plow more land and plant more crops, dig a cistern to collect rainy water from the school roof and the guest house roof. That can manage to help the animal and us until we drill water in my village. These are the two big projects that I have on list, plus building a storage for food so the children can go back to school. These are the children who will change the dynamic of Congo and the village. Not me, I am just planting a seed.
Is there anything else that you want to say that you haven't said?
What I didn't say is to thank my team Congo. Without you, Team Congo, I wouldn't have been able to do what I'm doing in Congo. It has been a big surprise to find this community, because when I came in this community, it was at a time when I gave up this project. I said I need to find a job now so I can help my boys, Moses and Christian in Goma, and forget about the Congo. Maybe somebody else will come to help the Congo. But miraculously, doors opened and you came to support the idea and the plan, and we are in the middle of implementing. What can I say to you is to give you a big thank for every single donation you are doing. Big donation, small, all are big, because we have children who are acquiring education. We have tangible result of the project in the Congo. Thank you so much.